This was supposed to be the summit which signed off on a Brexit trade deal. Instead, it has provoked some of the bleakest assessments yet of the prospects for agreement.
The
state of our talks is not that we are stumbling over the issue of fishing, which is the tactical argument made by the British, but we are stumbling over everything. Everything.
EU leaders had proposed 2 more weeks of last-ditch talks, but warned that the UK had to make the necessary moves to make an agreement possible. That went down very badly in London.
And given that they have refused to negotiate seriously for much of the last few months, and given that this summit appears explicitly to rule out a Canada-style deal, I've concluded that we should get ready for January the 1st with arrangements that are more like Australia's.
An Australian-style deal really means no deal at all. Crucially, Johnson stopped short of calling off the talks and closing the door altogether. But in an off-camera briefing to journalists, his official spokesman was more stark. As far as we're concerned, he said, the trade talks are over. The hardball rhetoric from Downing Street is setting alarm bells ringing here in London's financial district, the Square Mile. Financial services represent $167 billion to the UK economy. That's around 7% of GDP. And the $33 billion of financial services which are exported to the EU are now in jeopardy. The Food and Drink Federation said the UK was heading into very dangerous territory, with tariffs exacting a heavy price on shoppers. And the head of the CBI pleaded that this is no time to give up. Neither side can afford to fall at the final fence. The German Chancellor, though, held out a glimmer of hope.
Niemand, weder Großbritannien noch die EU.
No one, neither Britain nor the EU, wants an agreement at any price. We're ready to continue negotiations. We have seen light in the last days of negotiations, but of course there are still shadows. I believe that it is much better for both sides to reach an agreement, but not at any price.
The EU's chief negotiator, Michel Barnier, is ready to travel to London on Monday to try to find a compromise. But the British chief negotiator, David Frost, told him not to bother. The two sides will speak instead by telephone. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera, London.